Hello everyone and welcome back to the class. Now in the analysis of first order circuit, we will study step response of RL circuit. Let's have a quick review. We know that first order circuits can be excited by two methods. First one is to utilize the energy stored in the storage element, which can be either inductor or capacitor, and these circuits are known as source free circuits. Where in second method we excite a first order circuit with the help of independent sources, and here we will use DC source. And now we will study response of a RL circuit when a sudden DC source is applied, and this response will be known as a step response and the input will be known as step input, and formally is defined as step response of a circuit is its behavior when the excitation is the step function, which may be either voltage or current. Now we will revise the step input. Step input is shown in the figure 1, which shows a certain change in the value of a function when time t equals to 0. The value of function is 0 for time t less than 0 and is equal to 1 when time is greater than 0. And the step function is undefined at time t equals to 0 because the transition from 0 to 1 occurs at this instant of time. So far we have studied complete response or total response of RC circuit, and for analysis purpose this total response is divided into further two categories. In first division, the total response is divided into natural response and forced response, where in second division the total response is divided into transient response and steady state response. Now in first case, the complete response of the circuit will be equal to sum of forced response plus natural response, where natural response of a circuit refers to the behavior, which can be in terms of voltages or current of the circuit when no source of external excitation is connected. And the forced response is produced by the circuit when external force or external current or voltage source is applied. It represents what the circuit is forced to do by input excitation. The total response of the circuit can also be analyzed as a sum of transient response and steady state response, where transient response is a temporary portion of the complete response and it decays to 0 with time, where the steady state response is a portion of the total response which remains after the transients are died out, or the steady state response is the behavior of the circuit a long time after an external excitation is applied. Now for the step response analysis, consider the given RL circuit in the figure 2. And for this circuit we will determine the inductor current as a circuit response. Here we assume that some energy was initially stored in inductor, and due to this the initial current across the inductor will be I0. And we know that current through inductor cannot change instantaneously, so before and after the switching of DC voltage source, the initial current across the inductor will be I0. Here I of 0 negative represent current before the switching and I of 0 positive represent current immediately after the switching. Now for analysis, we will apply KVL and will obtain the result that sum of voltage across resistor and voltage across inductor will be equal to the source voltage. Now by definition we know that voltage across inductor is equal to inductance of inductor in product with rate of change of current, where voltage across resistor will be equal to product of current through the resistor and resistance of resistor. Now substituting these values and rearranging, we will have the last equation of the slide. Now we will integrate the both sides of equations and will introduce the initial condition, and integration will give us the result of natural log of I minus Vs over R, with integration limit starting from initial current I0 to present current I of t will be equal to minus R over Lt, with integration limit to starting time 0 to present time t. Now using the properties of log, we will have natural log of I of t minus Vs over R divided by initial current I0 minus Vs over R will be equal to minus R over Lt. Now to find the value of current, we will take exponential of both sides, and on solving we will have I of t minus Vs over R will be equal to I0 minus Vs over R whole multiplied by exponential of minus r over Lt. Now substituting the value of time constant for RL circuit, we will have I of t equals Vs over R plus I naught minus Vs over R whole multiplied by exponential with power minus t over tau. Now for total current response, we can write I of t in the form of piecewise and will have value of I naught when t is less than 0, and current will be equal to Vs over R plus I naught minus Vs over R multiplied by exponential power minus t over tau when time is greater than 0. And this represents total response of an RL circuit when DC voltage is applied and inductor was initially charged. Now if we assume that inductor is uncharged initially, then I naught will be equal to 0. Then I of t will have value of 0 when time t is less than 0 and value of Vs over R multiplied by 1 minus exponential power minus t over tau when time is greater than 0. And this also can be expressed as I of t equals Vs over R multiplied by 1 minus exponential power minus t over tau u of t. And this represents the step response of a RL circuit with no initial inductor current. Now to find voltage across inductor, we can use voltage across inductor is equal to inductance of inductor in product with rate of change of current. Now substituting the value of current, we will have voltage equals to source voltage Vs in product with exponential power minus t over tau u of t. Figure 3 represents step response of an RL circuit with no initial inductor current. The graph A represents current response where graph B represents voltage response. And the voltage source Vs was applied at time t equals to 0 seconds. As when the voltage source will be applied, we know that current through an inductor cannot change instantaneously, so it will gradually rise to its maximum value of Vs over R. And we know that once inductor is charged up for DC, it acts as a short circuit. So the voltage across inductor will gradually decrease to the 0, which represents a short circuit. Now in the given example, you have to find I of t for the time t greater than 0. Assume that the switch has been closed for a long time and is opened at time t equals to 0. Now if you analyze the circuit in figure 4, which consists of two resistors, one inductor, a switch and a one independent DC voltage source. The 3 ohm resistor is parallel to the switch. So when time t is less than 0, the switch will be closed and the 3 ohm resistor will be short circuit. And also the inductor will act as a short circuit for a DC source. So circuit will consist of a 10 volt voltage source and a 2 ohm resistor. So the current across the elements when switch is closed will be equal to voltage divided by resistance will be equal to 10 divided by 2 and will have a value of 5 amperes. As the current through an inductor cannot change instantaneously, so the initial current I naught through an inductor will be of 5 amperes. Now when time t is greater than 0, the switch will be open. The 2 ohm and 3 ohm resistor will be in series, and after charging, the inductor will act as a short circuit. And after this, the current flowing through the circuit will be of Vs over R will equal to 2 amperes. And the Thevenin resistance across the terminals of inductor will be of 2 plus 3 equals 5 ohms. And the time constant for this circuit will be of L over RTh will have value of 1 over 15 seconds. Now substituting these values in the equation of total response, then I of t will be equal to 2 plus 3 into exponential power minus 15t amperes. And this will be the current when the switch is open or time t is greater than 0. And thanks for watching this video.